show. So Taken is a modern-day origin story of the Brian Mills character, who you see in the Taken films, played by Liam Neeson, who is played by Clive Standen.
The difference is that Liam Neeson plays the character at the end of his career. He's a grizzled veteran of the CIA. We're taking the journey right back and having this character in modern-day world, but having him at 35 years old, and we're going to learn how this man gets that particular set of skills.
And and so you see him experience this personal tragedy in his life, and he comes into contact with Jennifer's character and my character because of this tragedy. I don't know how much detail to go into. I like to leave things a little bit mysterious.
The finished product that Liam plays is he's got that down to a T. You know, he's like a lone wolf. This Brian is rough around the edges. He's a rough diamond. So he's sometimes running forwards and hasn't actually formulated a plan. He just knows he has to act on something. And that's why in that very first episode, he blames himself for what happens. He acts on impulse, and the collateral damage is his sister.
Yeah, my character's name is Christina Hart, and I run a Black Ops group, and I recruit him to my group because of his particular skills. The show lets you see him in his formative years before he becomes the perfect, action hero, and he makes mistakes, but he learns along the way.
Yeah, he's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, it's like in the Spider-Man films when Spider-Man's like learning to use his web.
But I don't think I'm playing a young Liam Neeson. You know, just as Daniel Craig doesn't think he's playing a young Sean Connery in James Bond. I take some of Liam's performance in the film Taken, mainly the intensity of the character and the humanity of the character.
Yes, I play Asha Flynn, who is this strong, driven environmental lawyer, and I am also his sister's best friend, Callie, and after her tragic death, that's when our paths cross. And I think throughout the series, you see Asha continue to push Brian and try to chip away at some of his barriers with his emotions and how he's really feeling. But she's
There will be a love interest?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
With a friend of his sister.
It happens in life. I think, but truly, we've actually had lots of conversations about that because, you have two people who are going through this massive tragedy in their life and they're dealing with this loss. And I think when you find somebody that also understands that, you want to connect to them because they get it and you don't have to have lots of explanations. They just understand where you are and the grieving process. And so, no, but it happens.